Guys, this is just a reminder that the STD rate is like skyrocketing everywhere. Okay? Everywhere. Like, there are people just going out here who know they have an incurable STD and willy-nilly just having intercourse with as many as people as they can and not telling them. And that shit is illegal. If you ever come in contact with somebody or
it's not illegal. She has no idea what she's talking about. That is not illegal. It's immoral. It's definitely immoral. Unless they have HIV. That is illegal. If you have HIV, and yeah, that definitely is illegal. But if you have, as far as I know, if you have just an STD and you go around it, that's not going to get you necessarily arrested. Unless that I know of, anyways. But she is absolutely right. In certain communities, and you can Google this if you want, but yes, there is outbreaks. As much as 50% of women now have some sort of incurable STD. And I would say that it's the men and the women's fault, but it's not. This is the women. This is all the women. This is what these women are doing. And the only reason it's the women that are doing it is because there is a very significantly large percentage of men that just ain't got no bitches. That's just, I mean, they ain't doing anything. They're chilling. They're at home doing their own thing. They're not even involved in this situation.
somebody, or you're the somebody that somebody had sex with and they had an STD and they did not tell you, that's incurable. They can be booked and processed. Baby, send them to jail. Report them. Because it is illegal to do that. If you have an incurable STD, you're supposed to legally tell everybody who you come in sexual contact with. Like, yeah, I have X, Y, and Z.
Got you clean, huh? What's the matter, honey? Little extra cheese on the taco?
So as far as I know, I think malicious intent has to be proven if you're gonna sue someone. I don't think you can get arrested for it. Let me, you know what? Look, I'm a guy. I'm gonna do a little bit of research for you fellas. Let me scroll down in these comments and see what the TikTok lawyers have to say. Oh, here we go. Here is a comment with a few replies. Yeah, so right here, things like herpes, HPV can't really be sued for. You have to prove who it came from, and that's kind of hard to prove. And then it lies dormant for a period of time, I guess, and then it'll pop up. I have no way of knowing that because I've never gotten it. And then there's some other comments talking about how there's no reliable test for HPV for men. What? That is kind of interesting. Yeah, you know, you really do need to treat these women like you're interacting with some sort of nuclear hazard. Okay, you need to like suit up completely like in biohazard gear. We're talking about that movie Outbreak. Remember Outbreak with Renee Russo and Dustin Hoffman? Yeah, it's kind of like that.
I know. So many so fast.
Apparently they all got it at a movie theater.
Couples who have an age gap of 7, 10, 15 years are awesome. You want to know why? They don't give a shit that they have an age gap. They got their person, and they don't feel like they have to marry someone who's close to their age just because that's what other people do in society. They don't care if there's any judgment because they're just gonna do what they want to do. Plus, the age gap is fun because there are endless jokes to make, and if she's the younger one, she gets to be the young hot one that he was able to snake.
Secondly, I know you're the big marriage expert. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Your wife is dead.
What? Yeah, who cares? Who cares? The only people that really care about this, if you've noticed, the only people that really sort of get their panties in a wad about this whole situation are the post-wall divorcees, the 40-year-olds that can't get 40-year-old men, and they're just kind of mad that all these younger women are getting their men. It's kind of like this territorial thing. It's really weird. It's really weird. I don't know what to tell these 40-year-old women. A lot of mood swings happen in the 40s, and it's not a good situation to be around those types.
Last night I went on a first date with a guy that got my number at a Southwest Virginia Walmart, so I was going to keep this one to myself, but I've got to tell it. Okay, he's a country boy. He is a few years older than me, and we texted for only 2 days, and he was like, let me take you to dinner, let me take you to dinner. And I was like, okay, meet me at Chili's. So we're at Chili's, we're waiting on the triple dipper, and he's really quiet. He's pretty cute. And I said, what was your last relationship like? And he said that he was married for 10 years and he just finalized their divorce. And I was like, okay, well, do you mind like telling me like what the deal was? And he was like, well, me and my ex-wife only did it one time in our entire, like, as long as I knew her, we only did it one time. On the night we met, They met at a bar, went home, did the deed, and then dated for a year and a half, got married, and never did it again. And I was like, why not? And he was like, we just didn't do it again. And I was like, oh, did somebody cheat? Why'd you split up? And he was like, oh, we just felt more like roommates, you know? And I was like, I would say so. And he was like,
What? No.
Does that sound like a green card marriage to anyone else? Or maybe this story doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I don't pre-watch these clips. This just sounds like a kind of a bullshit story. Maybe a green card marriage, you know, they had to stay married for what, 18 months, 2 years, and then they get divorced and they're a citizen, I guess. I don't know. I've never done a green card marriage.
I just want to let you know that I have very minimal experience with women and I haven't touched a woman in 13 years. And I was like, okay. But my question is, and it was fine, and he paid, and we went our separate ways, but it's like, if he's lying, why? And if he's telling the truth, why? And no offense.
He lied to you. If this story is true, why would he lie to you? Everybody in the comments are saying that it's a BS story. It doesn't make sense. This one woman says you meet the most interesting people. I don't know who this. Maybe it's a fake story. Maybe she does this for engagement. Women will say anything for engagement. So maybe it's a true story. Maybe not. It kind of sounded weird. Let me know in the comments what you think about that one.
But why is it that when you date a nice person, it's like it gets to the point where it's a few weeks in and it's like conversation feels like.
Shut your bitch ass up, you annoying little piglet, before I slap the shit out of you.
Okay, so I wanted to throw this one in here, fellas. This is a very interesting one because this is a woman finding out that she's not a good person. And this is what women do not seem to realize, or maybe people in general don't seem to realize, but whenever you are hanging out with someone, then they stop hanging out with you, maybe out of the blue, or maybe they stop calling as much, or maybe they seem disinterested. That means that something happens, they saw a part of you that they didn't like, and they are distancing themselves from you to potentially go in the opposite direction.
I've found that every single man that I've been romantically involved with starts to like me less the more that I like them, every single time. And like, what is that about? What is that about? Is it like insecurity? Is it like that they hate themselves? So like when someone likes them, they're like confused? Man, because I thought that it would have the opposite effect. And now I don't know.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Who are these men? Who are these men? Seriously. Who are these men? Are these very attractive, kind of taller, jacked dudes? Or are these normal, average? I mean, are we really playing this game right now? I think we all know the types of men that this woman is getting, what does she say? Intimate with, romantic with, whatever. Let me get this straight. Let me see if I can understand this, and maybe you guys can help me kind of break this down. So she's getting completely pounded by these random dudes, and then after they've had their way with her, she's wondering why they don't want to see her again. Well, I mean, it sounds like to me that they're moving on to something different, to someone that they haven't completely rearranged their insides. I mean, they might call you back in a few weeks when they maybe hit a dry spell or something, but yeah, I don't. These aren't men you're in relationships with. You're just getting passed around. Jesus.
Ladies. I just saw a meme that said, women in their 40s aren't going through a midlife crisis. They're just waking up. Whoa, mind blown. Because let me tell you, I am woke the up, okay? The 40s are just a whole new ball game, and for, you know, they all say men and women, they all go through midlife crises, but for women, I feel like we finally learn our worth, and I'm not gonna take anybody's BS and just live life, do whatever we want to do, and our favorite word is going to be no. And wild, I totally agree. We do not go through midlife crises. we actually are woken up, because we also too, a lot of women are mothers at such young ages, and then in your 40s your kids are grown up, so it's like this is a whole new life and you get to live that life. For me personally, I started being a stepmom at 23 years old, so yeah, being 42, woke.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yes, sure, woke. Whatever that means. Whatever woke means now, I don't even know what it means anymore. Everything is... The meanings of words lose the meaning whenever people just say the words for just to mean anything. It just does. It's like incel. Like some of these women just call every dude, oh, that guy smiled at me, he's an incel. It's like it doesn't mean anything anymore. It used to have a definition, but now it just doesn't mean anything. This right here, you can tell this woman has just had all the options in life. She's never had, I mean, talk about privilege. Look, come on. And now she's 42 and she still thinks she can, she said her favorite word is gonna be no. Bro, in a couple years, her favorite word is gonna be please. I do not get it. Oh my God. It gets old fast for these women. They at first they kind of think that, oh, they're getting in relationships and they're having fun and stuff. And yeah, it's fun, sure. But eventually they're going to be looking down the barrel of elderly womanhood and wondering if any of these guys are going to stick around. And then pretty soon there's not going to be any guys at all. She's just going to be alone. And she's really going to be shitting a brick. I just find that hilarious that there's so many of these types of women out there. And it's so funny. We have those videos to look forward to as well. And that's what's very interesting is these videos are great, but can you just imagine how better those other videos are going to be later on down the line? I absolutely can't wait.